Ladies and gentlemen. Are we good?
Can y'all hear me? Good evening. If you're saying something, I can't hear you. Platform Sports Talk Show. Welcome, ladies' night, man. You can't hear me, and I can't hear you,
and you can't hear me.
Okay, now okay.
Now you can hear me.
Yes,
you can hear me now. Well, what's good, Bunny?
This is
ain't no intros. Bump all that. What's good? I heard you've been talking. What's up? What's up? I'm here.
I was waiting for the velvet do-rag. I was waiting for it. What happened?
You was waiting for the do-rag. Let me tell you something.
Not the do-rag, the velvet do-rag.
Oh, they all at home.
Bet. Okay.
They tucked in their drawer. So what's good? What's good? I heard you had something to say to me. I'm here. I'm live. What's up?
In living color, ain't you?
In living color. In black and white. But still
in color. Be in living color and black and white. I'm confused, sir. Help me to help you.
My hoodie black and white and in living color because I'm living.
Right. Anyway, what you said.
What's up?
Welcome to all our viewers and listen to the Platform Sports Talk Show. It's your girl Bunny, and who we got?
And
over
it's
here?
Your boy Stanton. We ain't been on the same screen in a minute.
Man, a minute. It was like a whole middle of the pandemic.
Man, yeah, right in the middle of it. You've been good. You've been great.
Man, I'm surviving. At the end of the year, end of the 2022, we need to wrap this on up. 2023, got some bigger and better things in store. So come on, 2023.
For sure. Like she said, that is Bunny. I am Stanton. Bunny holds down ladies' night every first Wednesday, and I am your host for the Man Cave every last Wednesday. But together, we are joining forces right now for the first time ever to bring you the Super Show. See, right there is where the echo should have been. The Super Show.
That's okay. I'll do the echo for you. Try it again.
The Super Show.
Show.
It works. But we aren't by ourselves, Bunny. We got a lot of people that we got to bring on this screen, right?
A whole smorgasbord full of great personalities and people that got a whole bunch of sports entertainment to talk about. So let's go.
Whole lot of stuff to say. I'm gonna let you go first. Ladies first. Since we in your house right now, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Ladies first, ladies rule the world. Hey, so of course a regular ladies night panel always includes the one, the only Blues, Cardinals, everything in between, St. Louis sports, the one, the only, as Smoooth always says, all the way from the Boondocks, Jobo.
What up?
Oh, she represent the Astros World Series champs. You want to kind of,
got my news.
Okay. Okay. I ain't gonna hate on you because they won. They did, and they didn't cheat this time, so we can't hit on it this time. Okay, I'll let you have it.
Astros, baby. What's up?
Hey,
hi, Joe.
Stanton, I have not seen you in some time.
Right? When was the last time I saw you? I think the last time I saw you, I don't want to say it was at your house. I don't want to say
No,
that, but I think
that was like at the beginning of the whole COVID thing. I've definitely seen your face since then, but it's been a while.
Yes, I saw you while you were well. Yes. Okay, yeah. Checks out. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a member of the Man Cave. Wait, no, I'm not. Joe, plug yourself, man. Drop your Instagrams, your Twitters. Where can the people find you? Where can they follow you?
Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. Let me pull up my Instagram. Well, my Tweeter is at jmarty_07 because Marty made a name. I can't be switching all that stuff. It's too much work. And then my Instagram is just at Joe Bobcani, but it's at jmarty_7 for my boy Biggio, like I'm wearing right now. So yeah, you can see if you guys are behind on the baseball and hockey news, I'm usually there and I retweet all that stuff. Instagram's more so just my family, but yeah, that's where you can find me on the socials.
What did you say the other night about the Blues? You were like, this team sucks. Like,
hey,
so I'd even put them on my. We can talk about it if we want, but I'd even put that for my rundown because they're depressing as hell. We've gone real quick. This is my one Blues thing I'll say this very second. I think it's 8 games in a row now that the Blues have given up 3 goals in one period, and they've lost 7 of those 8. Last night we just so happened to win one, so it's ugly. It's ugly. They might be like selling some guys off here after the All-Star break. We'll see.
Yeah, I saw Ryan O'Reilly's name report, and I was like, oh dear God, no. But I haven't been watching, so I don't know. All right.
Hey, tell him he ain't been missing much besides losses piling up again. That's all you've been missing.
Okay.
Win 3, lose 8, win 7, lose 7.
Let me bring in a member of the Man Cave. I'm going to start with the OG of this. He was here before all of us. He was here since the beginning. I'm going to bring him in. Y'all show your love. But my bro, Sadar.
Sadar, the selector, the real estate DJ in the house. What's going on, y'all? This is the Super Show.
I'm sorry, he came in like it's the smooth jazz portion. Yeah. Like the quiet storm just started 11 minutes ago. He's ready.
Hello, Miss Williams.
Hey, Miss Williams, how are you? Sadar, go ahead and tell the people what you do and drop your Insta. Drop your Instas. Let them know where they can find you on them. I'm going to let you say it, but let them know where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on them internets for more content on my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Sadar the Selector, man. On all those internets. And I'm a real estate investor by day, DJ by night. It's as simple as that. And I have everything in between. Here, the platform, Sportstalk show. Right now, the Super Show. And yeah, go follow me, man. See what I'm all about.
I'm sorry. I just watched Paolo Ranquero just airball a 3. Like, goodness. All right, I'm doing that right now. All right, well, I'm going to bring in another member of the Man Cave. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your love for the Wrestling Almanac. He goes by the name of T-Bone Funk.
Oh, hey, y'all. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Trying to do my.
Wait, T-Bone, grab your glasses. Grab your glasses. Don't you need your glasses?
I do need them. I do need them. Where?
There we go. All right.
Okay. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Nah, you know what? I look too much like Devon with these things on, because the light hits the middle. Looks like it's got white tape down there. You know what I mean?
Oh, my brother.
Testify.
Testify.
Well, y'all, we all here. I mean, I feel like I'm here like all the time, but we all here. We all here. So let's get the Super Show going.
It's crazy. T-Bone started out in the comment section, right? And then he was a guest, and now he on here every week. Every week. He don't miss a day. Get yourself together, T-Bone. Okay. Ms. Williams getting on you. Ms. Williams getting on you. You sure you don't need your glasses?
I was trying to do my 80s sitcom intro. You know, they do the
the television when you were in school, that video that they played on the TV that they rolled in with the just cut it up.
That's my TGIF sitcom face.
Nowadays, how do they introduce themselves? I am classic 80s star. Insert name here.
Normally nowadays, when you see a sitcom, the introduction is the letters at the bottom of the screen. That's your intro. No silly moments, no catching a ball randomly and pivoting, none of that. No.
That was good television. That was good television. All right, T-Bone, go ahead, cause you have, like Sadal, you got a lot to promote here, brother. So I'm gonna let you promote it all. Promote it all.
Well, I mean, for those out there interested in watching some professional wrestling, that's actually of some quality out there. You can go and check out HBCW Wrestling on YouTube. That's HBCW space wrestling. For those of y'all who this may be the first time, because this is the super show. Since this is a super show, y'all may not have seen me before. But hey, look, I do professional wrestling. I know sometimes it's weird. Hopefully this isn't. But HBCW Wrestling on YouTube, you'll see some wrestling from some people who, you might see in the future on the bigger main stage, if you will. So check us out. We got a lot of stuff for you, about 20 videos or so. So, lots to pass the time with.
All right, cool. So we got Joe. We got Bunny. We got T-Bone. We got Sadar. I'm going to bring in another member of the Man Cave. I'm going to complete it. I'm going to complete the trifecta right now. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the blackest man in radio.
I'm going to translate for him. He's introducing one Craig Black, but you cannot hear him.
Yeah. Why does the sound go out on my intro? That's what I understand. Why is it?
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, who just set me up? I mean, come on now. My intro, everything just goes silent.
I think it was the 7-second button that you was hitting that delay. Like
he must have been cussing and some more stuff about that black ass mother. That son of a. We don't know why he's on this goddamn mother.
Look, tell me how you really feel, please.
I'm saying,
tell me how you really
go
feel.
out on my little intro. I give a little intro,
you,
and I'm done. It's like, damn. What's up, family? How y'all doing? What's up, Joe? What's up, Bunny? How you doing, ladies?
What it do?
Hello.
And Bunny, last time I saw you, Bunny, you had a little bundle of joy inside you. Now it's outside of you. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, Bunny.
Yeah, and add about a couple gray hairs, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah. A baby will do it. A baby will do it. Yes. But what's going on, y'all? Super Show. I'm glad to be here. Stanton, you there with us now, Stanton?
Yeah.
Okay, he's there, but
So what a voiceover, T-Bone. You got the voiceover for him?
Yeah, the voiceover was classic. That sounded like Jamie Foxx on that roast.
Stanton,
that dude Damian Wayne.
Is currently muted.
I'm his
He cannot tune in. Now, I am your Stanton translator.
I'm his conscience.
Your conscience.
The views of Stanton.
So I guess right here I'll just tell everybody about me and who I am. Okay. I'm Craig Black, aka the blackest man to ever touch a radio. Yeah, that's my black ass. I got a program. If you look behind me, it's called Community Cuts for Kids. Yeah. We do it in St. Louis. We do it in East St. Louis, and we do it in North County. It'll be 22 years this year, coming up in 2023. So, If you know any barbers, the stylists in my family, send them my way. I'm at Craig Black, at Craig BLAC, all across the internets. I'm stealing that from you, Sadar. All across the internets, everywhere. It's Craig Black, Craig BLAC. No KKKKK on that thing. But that's me in a nutshell. The website is thecraigshillsfoundation.org, and we do take donations. Yes, we do. So that's the breakdown. Let's get it going. Super show, baby. I'm here.
Craig Black, I just had a flashback from your days on the radio here in St. Louis. I'm sitting there like, okay. It sounds like it's 2005, but you know what?
Yeah.
Gotta leave it back there, but good times. You know, got
Q95.5, the Hot 104.1, 100.3, the beat.
Yeah.
All them stations, baby. St. Louis, my city.
I know this is a crazy question. Are those stations still around?
Hot 104.1. The beat is still around too.
Yeah, the beat is still around.
The Hot. And it's Q95.5 still around, but I believe it's a Christian type of hip hop type of station now. I believe. I'm not sure. But the beat's still around and Hot 104.1 still around. They're still doing that thing.
I've only been here 5 months. You think I'd know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't listen to the radio unless they're in their car. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So
give a shout out to our faithful viewer. You already gave a shout out to Miss Williams. Miss Williams said hello. So many names here on this panel. So hey to Craig Black, hey to Sadal, hey to Ladies Night. Miss Williams giving her love, you all, as always.
Miss Williams got love for us. I tell you.
Yes.
Is she related to somebody? Is that somebody's auntie or something? Miss Williams?
No.
Miss Alice Williams?
Her son is actually friends with Fred. That go way back. So
okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was somebody's auntie, but okay, auntie, whatever.
Tomato. And Brittany Willis, our coach, Brittany, was going to join us tonight, but unfortunately, she is under the weather. Y'all know it's something going around. Y'all is going around. Know what it is, but it caught her, and probably some of her students. Y'all know schools are done, but petri dish for germs and any sickness outbreak. So.
The kids is nasty. Kids is nasty.
I know, right?
Never wash their hands.
It's only the case when they're around other kids, though. Because
that's why their classrooms are petri dishes. Schools are petri dishes for all bacteria, germs related. Because it always come back to my house. God dog, y'all done this twice. Damn kids.
On each other, coughing on each other.
Snot everywhere, high fiving, hugging, coughing each other's face. Just oh gosh.
Little snotties.
Kids in a cluster. That's the problem. Kids in clusters. That's
So anyway.
Right.
So let's get this show rocking and rolling, y'all. Okay, so first up, we're gonna talk about I'm sorry. I do have a special guest for you all, another ladies' night panel, but I don't want to give her introduction because she happens to be affiliated with being a fan of a certain NFL team out of Texas. We done had some interesting back and forth talks. And
Lord, here we go.
She ain't got to come on. We know for that team. I know you're talking about. We don't need. She can stay off that team.
I mean, I ain't gotta say a lot because once you come on, it's just gonna be on and popping, and not just me. Because Craig Black ain't feeling that team, and other people, then it's gonna be easy dialogue. So without further ado, she's making a special guest appearance because she had to exit from the ladies' night a few months ago, but back for our super show, Miss Annie Greer.
Ooh, what up, Annie?
Annie, like that, just way quiet, nothing. Just
can't hear.
Annie Eva, unmute that mic.
Still can't hear you.
Unmute the mic.
No, can't hear you. Nope. Still no go.
I'm clicking her.
We need an translator.
Like
I'm Stanton's translator.
This is what she's saying. She's saying, I love the Commanders. I'm a big fan of the Commanders. They're the best team ever. She wants to move to Washington, D.C. Yes, she's going to move here soon because she loves the Commanders.
I love that.
She has Chase Young posters all throughout her room. She took them down for the show.
Change your device.
still can't hear you. No, ma'am.
It doesn't say that she's muted, so I don't know what's going on.
Might need to change your device that is coming from on the computer.
It's this running joke we got on another podcast that I do. We call people that can't get their audio and stuff right. We call them Teddy Riley. So we got
is it because they're in a jam?
Yeah.
Is it because they're in a jam?
From that versus battle, him and Babyface had. Oh, that was horrible.
We call him Teddy Riley. So it's this guy named Keith. Man, he is this dude. I know he watching right now. He like, oh, this dude talking. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Keith. Terrible with it. He ain't had no picture for 2 of our podcasts because he forgot to open up the little lens on this camera. It's like a little lens that you just you slide it back. He's thinking there's something wrong with the equipment. Like, man, something going on for 2 straight shows. He just didn't slide back the lens. Like, yeah.
Wow.
That's Teddy 100% Riley.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, good. Just in time for me to say I can leave. So since y'all want to talk that noise, I ain't got to stay. Look, don't threaten me with a good time. I respect the dead. So if y'all trying to have me off the show permanently, just say that. You ain't got to invite me back to crucify me. That's cool.
You used to this. You're a Cowboys fan. You used to this. Come on now. Second nature to you.
No, because most people are grown and they can move past that. So I'm a fan of like 20 different teams. And yet when I'm on the show, there's only one that comes up. So I feel like most people have gotten used to it. So Stanton, I can't even hear what you're saying. It's probably for the best.
Okay, so
God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. So
Stanton is perturbed by what Annie is saying.
Okay. Well, he can stay perturbed. So
wow.
Are we going to talk about anything else?
Yes, we got a few good topics brewing. T-Bone, Craig Black, y'all can get it started for us. I know.
Hey, I got a whole time limit here. Hold up. Let me get my ESPN introduction here. Well, they used to call him prime time, and now he's moved into mountain time, which makes a few people wonder were the past 3 years about building up Jackson State and HBCUs, or was it to turn him into prime real estate in the coaching world? Deion Sanders joins Colorado, causing recruits to decommit from Jackson State. Before I say my thoughts, I want to put it out to the panel out here. Any thoughts about Coach Prime?
Well, can we get a bleep going for me? Because I'm about to say F Coach Prime. How about that? That's what I'm gonna say. That's how I feel about Coach Prime.
Okay, Craig, tell me how you
with a capital F and ending with a capital K. You know what you're gonna put in between there. So,
oh man, I'm
let me explain. Let me before you chime in, let me just explain my animosity with Coach Prime. Okay. All right. He brung the faithful. He brung the Renaissance, the movement back to HBCUs. He was our savior. He was going to change the football landscape across the world as an HBCU coach, representative, and icon. To do what everybody does to HBCUs is leave for the damn money, or they steal the money, or they take the money, or the money is just, it evaporates. I don't know how the money goes away, but he did that again. He brought us up to the highest high and took us down to the lowest low. So at this time, Deion Sanders, your mother. Okay, that's all I got to say.
What? Wait a minute. I got a counter.
Come on, man.
I talked about his mom. I talked about that man's mom. Yes, I did. I talked about that man's mom.
Correct. We got
I
pump the brakes a little bit now. Got to pump the brakes a little bit.
I don't think no.
Take it to dig out, but don't bring his mom in it. But I'm a proud HBCU grad. Always love any HBCU. Always support.
Say the name.
LU, baby. 1866, Lincoln University of Missouri.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Bowie State University. 1865. Bowie, Maryland. Go ahead.
HBCU love all day, every day. The fact that one of the things you just said, he was supposed to be the savior, and that's why I have an issue. Y'all can't just put this on one man. He does come with a lot of flair, a lot of followings, all of that. Yes, he got people to commit that wouldn't even think about HBCUs. But at the same time, coaches leave all the time, not because they get fired to take better jobs. You take a job for what? The main reason, don't say for the love, is for the money. Look, the number one thing when you're taking a job, you're looking out for whom? You and your family. He don't owe anybody anything. He owe his kids and himself. And he got to look at himself in the mirror and say, did I do the right decision for me and my family? Not for the HBCU culture, not for Black people. Trust me, I wanted him to stay. I figured he was going to leave after his sons were going to graduate. So I was thinking another couple of years, but still him jumping ship and people going on. Hey, I'm just happy your brother get an opportunity at a D1 white school. Because
that last part again. You thought he was going to believe for what? His what to what? You said his sons to graduate.
Yes.
I wouldn't have been mad if he'd have did that. If he just hung around for a couple of more years to get his sons out and push them into the NFL, then you move on. I understand. We all know that Deion was going to leave. I'm not saying, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not mad that he's gone. I'm just talking some BS right now. Okay. I'm sad that he left because I believe that the next person that comes in is not going to be able to hold Jackson State up to the same level that he did. That's all it is. I think that Jackson State's going to fall down, and the big push and that big HBCU renaissance is going to fall apart because we don't have no polar figure like a Deion Sanders to actually lead that march into the HBCUs, not to guide some of these, I guess, number one recruits into the HBCUs. But I got a couple of stats. One of my boys just sent me this, and the economic impact that he made in the city of Jackson, Mississippi, $30 million. He made $9 million for their 2022 homecoming. And he paid $4 million for that Boombox Classic. So, he brought a lot of money to Jackson. And I hate to see, and once we see these stats in 2023, we'll be looking at the same stats to see what type of money comes in because he's gone. It's like he was a marketing mogul. He engulfed everybody on every side. Everybody knew Prime Time. Don't get me wrong, but the world knew Coach Prime. So it's like, I don't know. But to be honest,
it's time for somebody else. You got to pass the baton. Just like after Obama left office, everybody loved the swag, loved the coolest, loved all of him. Left office, it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? Why y'all just put on this man? You pass the torch, pass the baton. Next generation, next group, let's go. So I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but everybody, I feel like it's a whole black cloud over the school at HBCUs. I'm like, no, this is exactly what we need. Put the pressure on now.
It is because he lied to us.
The Woodwards, get other former NFL players. They may not have a swag like Coach Prime, but still have some good recruiting and good connections to get it on. We know Eddie Jordan is at TSU, Tennessee State. Of course, his swag is not like Deion, but okay, that's another.
He hate Prime. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I don't care if he hates him, but the fact that you can talk about that, then that means somebody got your attention. That means another school got your attention. So that's what we need. We need the talk and the action, though. So just don't put this all on Coach Prime's shoulders. Next funding, we all know there's some few lawsuits going against states because HBCUs have been underfunded for decades. The state governments was cheating them, including in Lincoln and in Maryland. I know you had a big lawsuit. Y'all just got completed a month ago. Mm-hmm. We still need more people to get on notice, start funding us, but also with our athletics. Hey, you don't always have to be a booster to still donate to athletic departments to get, some scholarships or to get the equipment. It's a long way to go. I get it, but somebody else needs to be doing it and not just clowning Deion for saying, oh, he gave these guys a dream. Now he left them. Coaches do that every day, all day, and not just in football, not just in basketball. They do it in baseball, hockey, tennis, swimming, any other college sports out there. So I was like, people need to simmer down some. Don't act like the man is a savior. Get other people.
Oh no, this is gonna go on for the next 2-3 weeks, buddy. It ain't gonna stop for a while. It's gonna run a cycle. We can get a good month of this out.
That's fine, but for a lot of people making that noise,
the memes have been incredible. They've been real good. So
a lot of the people that gonna keep talking for the next 3 weeks, have they, especially HBCU grads, have they given back to their alma mater? Forget the athletic side, academically, scholarships. Have you sit there and donated? So we could talk about him leaving, but what have his regular people have done? That's why I said just don't put it on one person. That's where I'm getting upset. Like, okay, he came, he left. Next, lucky don't stop the show. We still need athletes. We still need students. What's up?
Sadal?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. You see, a lot of times in the Black community, we always want to look for one single figure, that Martin Luther King, quote unquote, of name the industry, right?
I had a dream. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Always, yeah, man. We always want to say, okay, well, who's the Martin Luther? Who's going to be the next leader? Who's that one leader? But ignoring the work of many behind that leader. You see, that's the problem. You see, we can't count on one person to lead everything. You know what I mean? And oftentimes we expect this one person to make sacrifices that me and you will never do. If we were on our regular job and we say, hey, we're going to offer you $60,000 more for this next job, we're not going to say, oh no, I'm loyal to this job. I'm going to keep my $20,000 a year. No, we're going to jump to that job. And we're going to get mad at somebody who did just that, elevating themselves in their career and ignoring all of the other work that all of these other boosters, alumni, all these people around, they need to pick up the torch and carry it. And a lot of these folks that are complaining about Deion, they don't like Deion, a lot of them haven't even contributed one single dime to an HBCU. And so they don't even have any credence to even complain. So the best way to honor Deion and the Deion's legacy is to pick up the torch and carry it on. Call on your boosters, call on your alumni, rally around the students there at Jackson State, and move on and carry the torch. What Deion really did was he really shed a light on the talent, the atmosphere of HBCUs, even gave up half of his salary to fix up facilities, to fix up things, playing grounds or practice grounds. So he's done everything that there is. He brought national attention to HBCUs, did a great job. And as far as the product on the field, improving the product on the field, back-to-back SWAC champions. So he's done it.
But Sadal, I hear what you're saying about a group of people, but when you say about leading us, we want one leader, because we do. Think about it. Is there a Jackson 5 without Michael Jackson? Is there a New Edition without Bobby Brown? Are there some Commodores without Lionel Richie? Are there some
without Otis?
We're not talking about
entertainment without Justin Timberlake. We come on, that's all about somebody got to stand out. And that's what he did. That's the biggest thing that Deion did. He came to HBCUs and he stood. He commanded an audience. And I'm digging myself a hole right now with T-Bone and our producer Smoooth talking like this right now. But I'm gonna follow it up. I know he's not right now, T. I know you are. But nevertheless, it's like he created this monster that was HBCUs. Finally, we on top. You know what I'm saying? It's like we made it feel like we were on top. One school was really rising. A lot of schools were bouncing off of that. So it was like, okay, so who's the next person that's going to lead this charge? It's like it's going to D1 again. And I understand about a lot of people don't give back to HBCUs, man. And I understand it's like but somebody made a comment. I seen it in a chat room. It was in my fantasy football chat. My man said that you got to understand HBCUs. You got some people that are second and third generation people going to college for the first time at HBCUs. It's not like they have a legacy of wealth in their family. So a lot of people can't, especially in today's economy, today's market, they flat out just can't give back. They don't have that other type of money. You feel me? So it's like, I understand it a bit. I'm not going to pressure. I can't get in anybody else's pockets except for Nick Saban's because he overpaid. But it is what it is. It's just,
oh wow.
It's I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. But what I'm gonna tell y'all 100 before I say anything else. I'm applauding and I'm cheering for Deion all the way when he pisses off every Division I coach by stealing all their damn athletes going to a school. I'm rooting for a black man 100%. Let's keep it. No offense to anybody or nothing, but I'm rooting for this black man 500% to piss off everybody in the NCAA and take everybody recruits. That's what I'm doing. Yeah,
I like that statement. As long as you're pissing them off, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, just make a man change the whole game up, Dion. Do your thing.
He did enough to Nick Saban last offseason when he mentioned about him and Texas A&M recruiting. So I'm like, whoa, you touching there. I'm like, you in your feelings. That means he's doing something right. For Nick Saban to speak out, yeah. Dion's going to get the people. I hope him the best. I wish him the best. Like you said, the next 2-3 weeks, people are going to still talking about this around Christmas. That's fine. Spring ball will be here before you know it. On to the next topic. Who else is going to be doing something in college football?
Hey, T-Bone, man, I think there were some comments. There's some great comments, man.
Let's see. Let's get those comments pulled back up. Let's see. The problem people are having is people thought Dion was going to be the next Saban or Bobby Bowden of HBCUs and expected to land all 5-star recruits and compete with Power 5 teams. Dion literally did what every college coach does. Okay, let me respond to that one. Can you put that one back up real quick? Okay, so I just want to state for the record, I am not upset with Dion the person for doing what Dion the person did. I am disappointed in what Dion the idea did, or what happened with Dion the idea. Because if you listen to when Dion got there, he gave his speech, and you can go on YouTube and find his speech when he first came to Jackson State. He basically said that he was going to change the way that things were done. That HBCUs weren't going to be seen as the stepping stone, basically, that they were going to be the destination. So that's what we were sold, right? And, people can look at Dion and say, well, you know what Dion is. Look how long he stayed at teams during his career, and he was all about the money. Yes, and when Dion was a player, Dion told you he was all about the money. So the story that he told you as a player fit perfectly. When he came to Jackson State, that's not what he sold. He sold that we're going to change this. There's no reason why our players can't do these things at these schools. That's what he said. So when you talk, for this statement here, from Stanley, it says that, expected to land all 5-star recruits. Well, he could do that because he's Deion Sanders. And the reason why a lot of people are more upset with him than they would be with any other coach in the SWAC or SIAC or MEAC or any of those is because Deion was the one who had the means and the access to get those things done that those other coaches couldn't do. See, one of the reasons that why people are upset is that you can't replicate what Deion Sanders did with an average coach that you see on a regular basis. So when you have Deion, who comes with this celebrity, this again, he's a person of means, right? If it was average coach who was coming up through the ranks and was offered a job that was more of the salary right now, absolutely makes sense to take it. But the thing is that Deion, what he sold and what people are upset about is what the possibilities were.
I'm about to go play the lottery.
There's no reason that Jackson State has to be married to the SWAC.
I'm about to go play the lottery, and I'm ducking all lightning because I agree with you, T-Bone, 125,000% of something that's going on here. I can't believe this. I'm about to go play Powerball, the Mega Million.
Break me off a little some of that winning ticket winning money, okay?
First time ever agreeing with T-Bone, 150%.
Because, what we saw with him was we're talking about someone who said basically that they were investing into this. Again, one of the things is you can't replicate that with getting another coach in to replicate the sponsorships, the activity that came with that. They can try, and you would hope that the businesses, now that they're there, would stay. But the reality is they typically don't, because the businesses really weren't investing. The boosters, the sponsors, the friends, they really weren't doing it for the Jackson State. They were doing it for Deion. And one of the reasons why people are so upset about him leaving within 3 years is more because he didn't necessarily transfer his name to the school permanently. It's almost like if you have a lawnmower and you pull the lawnmower, you pull it, you hear the sound, the lawnmower's working, it can work. You pull it a second time, it does it again. If you keep pulling it, it'll get there. So you pull it eventually, and then it starts running, and it continues to run. And that's what we kind of want to happen, is we want to be able to get to the point where all those things that he did in those 3 years continue to run after he's gone. And the reality is that's not going to happen.
But also, when we're talking about what Dion said, didn't he also say, when asked if a Power 5 school comes calling, would you entertain the offer?
He did.
Deion Sanders also said, "I'd be a fool not to."
And that's why I said from the beginning, it's about money. You take these jobs for money.
Hold on,
he also said that.
Hold on 1 second. When did he say that?
He said that on 60
in the middle of this season, right?
Hold up. He said that
interview
after he was there for a year and a half. That's not what he came in saying. And
well,
again,
okay, so you can't change. I mean, I know coaches change what they tell players from 1 year to another. Some do, and I'm talking about D1 high-profile coaches. I'm just saying
he lied. Let's just say what it is. The man lied to us. That's what he did. He lied to us.
I said change his mind. So
he lied.
I mean, whatever y'all want to call it.
Come on now, Bunny. He lied. And whatever, I don't know, all y'all single women, when the man say he gonna call you the first night and he don't call you, what you say? He lied. You lied. You ain't call me back. That's what you say. Come on now.
Deceiver, heartbreaker, all of it. He lied.
What? Stanton is there. We can hear Stanton.
Oh, okay. Welcome back, Stanton.
Thank you. Also, just let me address Annie real quick. We don't only talk about the Cowboys. Whenever it comes up, I call your Pirates piss poor. We talk about your Pirates.
Okay. Heck of a segue there, but
And he looked up at him.
Why am I catching strays during the Deion Sanders segment? You got your mic to work just to say that? Cut the mic. Okay.
Shots fired.
Real quick,
like me and the Pirates just catching strays in the wrong segment. Like
Annie, I will say the Pirates have made more moves than the Cardinals this offseason, though. So
we ain't gonna do nothing with them. We're out here celebrating getting the #1 pick. But I got Dion stuff to say in case anybody would like to hear that. Yes. Or well, am I only on here to catch strays for the Pirates and pretend that I care for the 3rd year in a row that people don't like the Cowboys? So
3rd year in a row. Who told you that lie?
Hey.
2 years in a row, however long I was on the show before I left.
Annie, we want to hear what you got to say about Dion. Go right ahead.
About the former Cowboy Deion Sanders. See what I did there?
All right. So much wrong, so little time. Okay, first of all, the work antagonism in this group is clear. I wish better for y'all. Hope y'all get better jobs. Anybody who leads an argument with, I would leave my job in a minute for blah, blah, blah. You only care about jobs for the money. I wish better for you. Please find work that matters to you and that you care about. That's point 1. 2, I completely agree with T-Bone. I don't know if I should play the lottery. I don't know T-Bone. I don't know if we would frequently agree or if we would be in like perpetual disagreement. So I don't know how to mark this occasion, but I completely agree with T-Bone, which is it's not that people have a problem with him making moves. What people had a problem with was what he promised and what he said. That he started off by saying that HBCUs are not second class to Power 5 universities, that they can be destination campuses for the top athletes, that he was going to make a deep investment in this program and in the restoration. And then he reneged. And so it's one thing if he's just like, I just wanted to go somewhere who would let me have a head coaching job without having to be an assistant or climb the ranks. And people who would like worship me, then it would be like, okay, first of all, that's very on brand for you, Dion. So that's cool. But also this, I mean, he put a lot of Jesus on his taking that job in terms of this was a calling, right? And all this other stuff. And so it was not only how he came in, but also how he left that people felt disrespected. He didn't speak to the media. He rushed through the championship ceremony, had a quick meeting with his team that was recorded to just show people later, and then answered questions while in Colorado about having left, like was there that night, right? And so it was this very, not only he was not an unwilling martyr for this program, he volunteered himself for this cause. made a lot of platitudes and promises, and then left unceremoniously. So I think that that is what people have an issue with. I think if he had been like, this was only about the money, or if he had not said that, if he had not said explicitly that leveling up was not going to a Power Five conference, then people who are defending him, who are saying he left for a quote unquote better job, are actually contradicting the message he gave, which is that those programs are not better. So to say now he's leaving for a better job or a better program is in fact amplifying his lie and amplifying the reason why some people are not taking this well. Also agree with T-Bone that he did not create a blueprint for HBCUs and their growth unless the blueprint is step one, become the greatest corner in NFL history, two, become a cultural icon, and then three, 20 years later, take a coaching job, right? Like, that is not something that can be replicated. It's also what separates him from any old other coach, which makes arguments about coaches do this all the time defunct. He's not Frost or Kiffin or people who leave smaller programs to go to bigger programs, because we only know of those people because they are coaches. We knew Dion before he was a coach, right? And so he it's not the same weight. And you're actually diminishing what he did to put him in the same category as those regular people. So there's that. So you can't like diminish him.
Mhm.
And say that you support his decision at the same time by saying like, well, all these other people do it. Furthermore, for people who are like, well, how many of these people have given back? What is your research on that? You saying like these people have never given back to the Black community or HBCUs? Where's your research saying that these people haven't done that? Right? Like, how do you know these people aren't investing in the Black community in some way, aren't investing in, you know, amplifying those voices or sports or those sorts of things? So it's cute, but it's not supported by anything. That it's people who don't have a platform to stand on are the only ones who are upset about it. Continuing on, I got to scroll down my list because y'all said a whole lot. For people who are like, he gave away half his salary, he gave away half of his JSU salary, right? It's not like he gave up half of his Allstate money or Aflac money or whatever commercials he's in. That pays him more than his JSU salary. That would be like me saying I drive for Bite Squad on the weekends and I give away half my tips to this organization, not mentioning the six-figure job that I got over here. That is not I'm not giving half of that away to. So, I mean, put some perspective on it. Yes, half of $300,000 may be a lot to most people, but we have to look at what is half of his 300,000 in comparison to the other streams of income, not to mention the money he already has. Um, Also, he did not bring national attention to HBCUs. He brought national attention to Jackson State.
Oh, and real quick, because that was another point that people have been saying, is that he brought that attention to HBCUs. I would just like to point out that people are misremembering 2020. When all the stuff was happening with George Floyd,
that's when it started.
That's when people started talking about HBCUs and national games were planned. Dion didn't get hired until September 2020. I just want to bring it out there just to add
right. And the double-digit increases in student applications to HBCUs went up after the fall following the unceremonious execution of George Floyd, not when Deion Sanders became a coach.
When you're talking about the people don't give back, who are these people? You said these.
That's what I'm asking for y'all. Saying so the people who have a problem, are they giving back? Are they giving money? Are they pitching in? And the implied is that they're not, when you have no evidence that these people are not giving back. So why even make that an argument? Like, well, are these people giving back? Yes. Okay. Now what's your point? So, or you don't know. So now what's your point? The other thing is that those other coaches who are leaving, which I already made a case for why that is not a comparable situation. If you do want to say that is a comparable situation, the schools that they are leaving, the people that people are mentioning most, right? Because they want to pick another high profile name, is that the students who they are leaving behind, right? Because it's not about just like promises you made to kids in your living room. Dion made a promise to people. He didn't just make promises to students and their parents. And he willingly did so. We didn't put that mantle on him. But the thing about it is that those schools are fine, right? They will be fine. They may not be as good, but they will still be fine. And whatever coach comes into those programs can still make good on the original promise, which is ultimately you can get to the NFL. So if you look at schools that like Kiffin, Frost, even Lincoln Riley, right? Leaving, taking his star quarterback with him, Caleb Williams, right? Deion's taking his son with him to Colorado, right? It's not like Oklahoma's going to fall out of the top 100 recruiting class, which recent projections show that Jackson State will, as a result of him leaving, because they're going to enter the people who he did recruit who are in that top 100, top 150 are going to enter the transfer portal because they're not going to get the attention that they got because Deion recruited an entourage and not a fan base. They go where he goes. They're there for a good time, not a long time. And where he goes, they're going to go. As was mentioned before by T-Bone, like there was not a deep investment made. He attached people to him. He didn't attach people to the university. And so the people who stay behind at Oklahoma, all 32 teams in the NFL still have scouts who are going to be at Oklahoma games, who are still going to scout there. He didn't take anything with him. Game day is probably not going to go back to Jackson State, right? There's not going to be the same NFL scouts there because there's no reason to go there now. Lastly, for those who are saying he's about to piss off a bunch of white people by going to get money, that's the most ridiculous of all, which is why I saved it for last. He's about to make a lot of white people who already have money a lot more money. He's about to go make a lot of money for a state school in one of the most predominantly white states in the nation. He's about to go make a lot of money for a predominantly white serving institution, and he's about to make a lot of money for predominantly white administrators and drawing attention and pressure away from issues that affected the Black community in Jackson, Mississippi. He's about to make a lot of white people happy. They do not care about this $5 million, which Colorado, by the way, says that they don't actually have yet. But they'll throw that in change at him. That is not about to piss off white people at all. His success will not piss off white people.
I think you misheard my interpretation. Right, I said white coaches make them mad because he's going to steal their recruits, not the money.
They're not going to go to. They're not going to go to Colorado. He's not going to compete with the people who he wouldn't have competed with otherwise.
You don't.
No.
If they have a choice between Alabama and Colorado, he's really not.
He already has. It's already happening right now.
The people who went to Jackson State, despite going to maybe a D1 school, were sold on the rebuilding of an HBCU. Were sold on attending an actual HBCU, right? They were sold on the larger mission and vision that he sold in the first press conference. They were not sold on the fact that team was going to be better than other teams. Right. He's not going to get anybody who would get a better chance somewhere else.
I'm talking the top 55-star players out there, he is going to take at least 20 of them from a lot of those other big colleges.
He has nothing to sell them. No, because what he has to sell them at Colorado is not better than what they would get at a different Power 5.
But they already
he had something that he could have said.
It's already happening.
He took his son and one other player. He didn't take a bunch of other people. I'm sorry, what was that, Stanton?
There are other people outside of who he had at Jackson State that have been entering the portal since Deion went
entering the portal, but not necessarily committed to Colorado. And it's only going to be one class of people. And if those people wouldn't be leaving Jackson State, they're not going to leave Alabama to go to Colorado. They're not going to leave Oklahoma to go to Colorado. They're going to leave Jackson State to go to Colorado. They're not going to leave Jackson State. They're not going to leave. They're not going to leave Alabama.
State. We're talking about the recruiting overall.
The people who entered the portal. Where they leave in Alabama? They leave in Alabama? Or they leave in Georgia?
Listen,
or they leave in Tennessee?
Out of the top 55-star recruits, Deion is going to snag. I would give him probably like between 5 and 10 of them. He's going to snag out of the top 50. He's going to grab those. And a lot of those coaches are going to be pissed off. You're going to see new rule changes come in with the transfer portal because of what Deion's about to do.
I want to see it.
They're gonna
But
bring
just to
new
let you know,
rules
I wanna
to
see
block
it.
him from getting players.
I want to see
So,
it because
just to let you know, Andy, Alabama and LSU, they have players that are highly recruited and high profile that transfer away from those schools every year as well. It's not just a whole Jackson State people ain't gonna
it's
go.
not to let me know. I know that, but they're not going to go to Colorado if they have a chance to go somewhere that is an actual quality top five
That's how
program.
recruiting
You
works.
going
You
to like a
sell
what's
smaller
happening right
mediocre
now.
They sell them.
Colorado.
Well,
Yeah, we will
I
see.
do
Bring
want
me
to
back in a year. We'll see if whether or not Colorado won a college football playoff championship because
But now
people
rebuilding a
went to
program doesn't
forego
happen in 1 year.
people went to forego Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee,
Just say all
Clemson, all these other people because they wanted to go to Colorado of all places.
Let's talk about Alabama.
And
Let's talk about Alabama real quick.
Deion.
Alabama on their bench has probably between 15 to 20 top 50 recruits just sitting there, not doing nothing.
That's why some of them
not doing nothing.
Right.
So what do you think when they go? Deion's going to piss off a lot of
coaches. I
coaches.
say that Colorado is almost like when you have on Madden when they have the fantasy draft, because now Deion, his presence kind of brings it to where it's another place where people can go where people have feel like they have a chance, because again, Colorado can't go nowhere but up right now. But I will say
up means what? Like up means they're going to change rules.
More people giving money.
In college football.
No, I didn't say that, but I will say that a couple years ago.
Yes, they're going to change the portal rules. Yes, they are.
Deion started getting the higher.
It's going to happen, Andy.
Okay, I want to see it. I'll see y'all next year.
When Deion started getting higher,
because I need a year break between shows.
I did mention the fact that
I love Annie. I love you.
I did mention the fact that
Annie loves you back.
Yeah, that's a Cowboy fan.
And you gonna need a whole year break, girl. We got a segue because
I do need a whole year break.
Craig, before you leave, anything else you want to throw your pointers out for? You got to wrap it up.
You know what? Before I get up out of here, I'm gonna say this real quick to T-Bone to my man Smoooth. Which we talked about offline the other night, and the strength of the coaches, and that y'all tried to tell me that the players need the coaches, but the coaches don't need the players. I disagree, and I will never ever agree with that statement. Just because if you put this scenario out there, fellas, if you take all the top 100 recruits away from all these big time coaches, you take all these big time players away from their coaches, they're not doing nothing. They're not winning nothing. They're great because of the great players that they have. It's like it's the reason why Deion wouldn't play anybody in Division I, because he said his boys up front can't compete. He doesn't have those defensive lines or offensive lines to keep up with those guys. He ain't gonna put them out there.
Well, he's about to take all the top 50 D linemen, apparently. So
yes,
he'll be able to compete.
You
next
better be.
year,
that's exactly what's going to happen.
All top 50 linemen are going to enter the
it's
portal
about to happen.
tonight.
Yes, it is.
And go
yes,
block
it is.
for
it's the promised
Colorado.
Land.
He need the old lineman too, because he wanted his son protected playing quarterback.
Have you been there?
Been where?
The University of Colorado.
No,
okay. Go.
I know
come back and tell me that you willing to risk it all. Tell me that you would risk it all I've been. Go and tell me you would risk it all.
Yeah.
I think you're underestimating some things that 18 to 22-year-olds appreciate about college life. That yeah.
We got more comments to read out up here.
But you know what? I'm before them comments, I'm gonna tell everybody I appreciate y'all having me on. Great Super Show. I'll see y'all again on the next Super Show, which is December. Somebody help me out.
28th.
The 28th. Yeah. See y'all the 28th. Ladies, nice meeting you. Joe, great to meet you. I'm sorry we didn't get the debate or anything before I left. Money. Baby girl, you got there, Bunny?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful baby girl. Glad to see she's outside of you right now, not inside. Beautiful thing. And Annie, you are great. You gotta. I love it. I love that attitude. But I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Craig.
Craig Black, Craig BLAC. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great show.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. All right, y'all. So yeah, but our Dion talk, I knew that was gonna go well because it's so passionate. A lot of people still talking. As Craig said, you're gonna hear about this another 2 or 3 weeks. But we do have some other great topics to touch upon. So without further ado, let's hit it off with a little curveball, Smooth. You don't mind, with some MLB stuff real quickly. We're gonna bring Jobo to talk about Cardinals, especially. Stanley was talking about Annie's Pirates, so we can get Joe's perspective, any little bit of Pirates, and then Stanton to talk bad about the Pirates, you know? Bounce it all out.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, yeah, that's the winter meetings ended today. It might still be going on out in San Diego, but yeah, it ends today. A lot of big names have signed. There's still some decent sized names out there, but I'll save the Cardinals for last, so that we can debate or whatever. But Aaron Judge, he's back in the Bronx. I was kind of hoping he was going to go to the Bay, but it seems right that he's with New York again. A massive contract. He's getting $360 million for 9 years. So, and he's going to be the Yankees captain like Jeter was. So that's pretty cool for him. Other big names, you got like guys like Trey Turner. Verlander's no longer with the Astros, but I think the Astros pitching staff is going to be just fine without him. Jacob deGrom, Josh Bell. There's a lot of big names that signed the last 48 hours or so. But with the Cardinals, that stuff happened today. You had Wilson Contreras. He is now going to be your catcher. It's a little bit different. I feel like for the Cardinals to go for a guy that has that. I don't.
He's got a fire.
Which, Mozeliak, and not really Mozeliak, but Ali was saying that's kind of what Yachty had, and I agree. Yachty did have that, but Contreras kind of shows it more in other ways than Yachty has. So, and I know I heard that Yachty was talking to the Cardinals about who he thinks they should go out and get. So, it's cool that Yachty's, still has a say in some of this stuff. And I honestly would not be surprised to see him down at spring training this year, working with Wilson Contreras. So, it's exciting. He, like everyone keeps saying, takes care of two things for you. You got now a 5-hole hitter, and you have a catcher. He can do a lot of different things for you. He probably won't play third base, but he's done it before. He could play first base, and he could play left field. And then now, obviously, with the DH in the National League, he can do that as well and give Kisner, possibly Ivan Herrera sometime in the coming years, unless he's traded. But I don't know. I'm really excited about Wilson Contreras being here. Pisses some Cubs fans off, which is nice. He's like
the the Dexter Fowler curse, because when he left the Cubs and came to the Cardinals, you see what happened. So we don't want that.
Jay Hay went to the Cubs and he sucked. So and now they're paying him to not be there. So
and I think also they signed him for less than expected. So they have room. They can fill a lot of other holes. They still got
don't get too excited.
All right, so I'll just say something to that. All is don't
get excited.
I'm a little shocked that they actually went out there and signed Contreras. Honestly, it is for less than what less for what they expected, but or what he was expected. But I don't know. It's sad because I was excited for a couple hours, and then before I got on the show, I told my husband, I was like, all he's doing is taking over Albert's spot in the lineup. And with Albert last year and that magical year he had, we still needed another hitter on the team. So I just don't think the Cardinals see it that way. They're thinking that Tyler O'Neill's going to somehow do what he did in 2021, which I'm not going to bet on that. And hopefully Nolan Gorman and Juan Yepes, they have big years, and possibly Jordan Walker, our top prospect, like the 6th top prospect in baseball. They're probably hoping he comes up at some point and sparks the team as well. But
so are you saying John Mozeliak is cheap?
Not John Mozeliak.
Wait, what?
Bill DeWitt.
Thank you, so dog. Get it right. The owner, the one that talks a tight wad with his wallet. Yes.
It's
the money.
It's crazy because like right now, even with Contreras on our budget, we're still like 17 million away, close to 20 million away from the $200 million threshold. So like they could still do things, but they're probably not going to do things like but I typed out a lineup and I'm looking at it, and it's a lot of moving pieces. It's a I don't know. There's, Newt Bar, Donovan, Carlson, Gorman, Yepes, Edmund, all these guys that you can do a lot of different things with. And now you got 3 guys, possibly 4 guys that are going to be your everyday guys, and everyone else kind of moves around. So you could probably see a couple of these guys be traded for maybe some pitching, because after next year, you only have 1 guy that's on your roster for 2024 in the rotation.
Yeah,
So,
it just seems like the Cardinals traditionally are allergic to getting good pitchers. It's like they have like this overinflated confidence in their pitching staff that they think, oh man, this guy's great. We're gonna do a great job, and then we just never quite get the staff together, man.
You say allergic to good pitching, or they're just too cheap to go invest in?
No, they're allergic to good pitching. They are.
They're allergic to good
I
players.
think it's a little bit of both, honestly. I mean, obviously there was a couple years ago when we almost got David Price, and then the Red Sox offered a couple million more, or like a year more, whatever it was, and
could have got the hometown kid for a couple years.
A couple
you
times.
said the Astros or Verlander from your Astros just signed away. You think the Cardinals would ever invest in something like that? Of course not, because he costs too much. They don't.
They're not going to do that.
That's why I say he said allergic. I say no, they just don't want to spend money on nothing. Basically, it ain't coming out the farm system, and it's nothing, or a trade. It's not happening, and they need to, but they won't.
Even if you go the last couple years with how they got Nolan and Goldie, that's how they've been getting their big acquisitions. But if you would have asked me 2 months ago, I would have said Cardinals are a good shot for Pablo Lopez from the Marlins. But now they got Skip Schumacher, and how he's talking, he wants to win now, and he doesn't want to sell off stuff, which I don't blame him. And that's the one thing that the Marlins do have for them going is their pitching. So I don't think they're going to trade anyone like that. But he's probably the biggest name out there that's not Shohei Ohtani that can throw a ball well. So I'm not exactly sure what route they're going to go from here.
And that's a good point, though. When was the last big time pitcher that the Cardinals signed?
Well, if you want to go based off of actually in the books, our highest starting pitcher that we signed was Mike Leake. LOL. It's bad.
How many years ago was that? I remember Mike Leake.
That was probably like 7 years now. But
wow. Oh, you know why? Because they put all their faith in what's his name, my boy, and then he fell off, Martinez. Because they tried to get it from the farm system. Remember, that's what they were trying to put all their faith in. The next great pitcher. So.
Yeah, and now Wilson Contreras. It used to be Dexter Fowler that was your highest free agent that you signed. Wasn't on the Cardinals, but now it's Wilson Contreras by a couple million more, which it still isn't even a lot. It's like 86 million, so it's still nothing. And now he's in the history books for the Cardinals. So I don't know. The team looks scattered to me. I look at it and I'm scratching my head. Don't know how to don't know how to view what 2023 is going to be like. I think it's going to be a lot of work.
We clowning backstage, y'all.
I know. I see it now.
I tried to hold it in. I couldn't. I'm so sorry.
So you guys are seeing laughter. We're not laughing at the situation of the Cardinals.
Well, no, we're laughing at that too, honestly,
yeah,
because, like I said, I was excited for a couple hours, and now I'm kind of sigh. So I don't know. There's still a lot of time before the season starts.
Let's pray for the Cardinals to get it together.
As long as they stay better than the Pirates in our division, that's all that matters, right? Right. Yay! Come on, Andy.
That's aiming too low. That's aiming too low. We gotta think about World Series at this point.
And they ain't close to that.
I was just saying that to get on Andy. That's all. Her beloved Pirates.
Of course, I have no room to talk when I talk about football teams.
Baker Mayfield.
I'm just
baby.
gonna get it out the way. First 8 Mile style. The Rams suck. I already know they're not going anywhere this year. So yeah, let's move on. And yes.
How
Yeah,
about
LA
that
Rams
Baker
do.
Mayfield pickup by the Rams? Just to
Yeah,
get some
Baker
still under
Mayfield. I
500.
think this is a
but
rental. I think this is a rental by the
Yeah,
team.
they're still
Just
gonna be under 500
get
at
them
the
through
end
the
of the
5
season. We
games,
come on there.
and then we move on. And so I'm gonna get it out the way. 8
Wait,
Mile
whoa,
style.
stop,
We
stop.
suck.
What in the post-pandemic is going on here in T-Bone's attire? What?
Well, you got the shawl on.
What is this?
What? You got
It's
Oh,
the way he-
okay.
Okay.
It's
got it?
outside his house to see what's going on.
Okay.
What is
the top half of that
Magic?
sweater? I was like, oh, hold on. Okay, it's 49ers. You can have it. Continue. Woo.
Oh, it got a little chilly. Got a little chill, a little
it's
chilly.
the way he folded it? Like, oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be chilly. All right, I think you need to find your chill spot back on that couch in the next couple weeks, because that's gonna be coming.
This is gonna be me watching on Sunday.
You wanna I'm sorry. I hope our producer doesn't get mad or perturbed because you talking about Sunday 49ers next few weeks. Let's segue to about the NFL playoff picture. Can we do that? Yay or nay?
Yeah, why not, man?
Do it.
man,
Come on with it.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that NFC right there. Any volunteers? Oh, I will. Oh, look at that. The number 1 seed, the Philadelphia Eagles. And what they got a little bye right now. That's okay. And let's see what other matchups we got. Let's see what else is brewing in here. Representing the NFC West, we have the Seattle Seahawks in the number 7 seed taking on those Minnesota Vikings at the number 2 seed. Let's skip over the next one for a second. Let's go down because I know Annie's happy. We got the 5 seed Dallas Cowboys going up against those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is all hypothetical. It's assuming that the season ended, right now. And then let's look at the most important game that we have here. It's really a game that actually, gives me a little anxiety. The New York Giants at the number 6 seed taking on, representing the NFC West. That's 2 teams in the NFC West that's being represented. They're the San Francisco 49ers. You already saw the logo once. We're going to do it twice right now. Those teams would collide if the season were to end today. We don't have the best track record against the Giants, but Magic Eli isn't around anymore. So, if it were to happen, I think some better things would happen. But talking about quarterbacks that aren't there, we know that, Jimmy G is going to be out for a little bit. That's okay. That's all right. But let's move on to the AFC. Anybody else?
I'll go ahead and do this, and have some sense while doing this. The Buffalo Bills have the 1 seed currently. If the season ended today, Buffalo Bills have the 1 seed, and you have the 7 and 2 seed. New York Jets still holding on, and they would be playing the Kansas City Chiefs, who are they just suffered a loss, I believe. We got the 6 seed, Miami Dolphins facing the Baltimore Ravens, and then we have the Cincinnati Bengals facing the Tennessee Titans. And that's if the season ended today. That's your playoff outlook right now. Whatever, man.
Ooh.
Ah,
It's amazing when your team.
I wonder where people went.
Two people with wardrobe changes for the NFL teams. Okay, now.
When your team is winning, they winning. You know what I mean? When your team is, look at that.
Look, I would have had this on if I had known it was going to be that kind of party, but apparently T-Bone waited until the leaves kicked in to don his sweater, so I decided to join the fun.
Oh, okay.
How about them Cowboys?
Go get your gear. You can put it on. Go get it. You're going to give Sadal to go get his gear.
I'm not even going to stoop this low because,
I'm not going to leave a no comment here. Yeah, I can have this.
That have history of choking in the playoffs
let me know when it's time to do something
in the last 25 years.
Hey, bro.
Don't say that. It could all change, they think.
Oh,
it could all change.
Keyword is.
That's what they all say. That's what they say every year.
Okay. So now I told you I'm gonna have no comment.
It's the fact that T-Bone is over there like that one uncle that sees the aunt he divorced because they invited them both to the family function. It was the way he had his arm up right there, like Louise, something like that.
Well, give me your predictions of standings for the AFC NFC Super Bowl. Who do you think? I know you already talked about this before, but
if we could pull the standings up again.
All right. Look at that.
I mean the playoff picture. I'm sorry, if we could pull off the playoff picture.
Even better.
Thank you. In the AFC, I am truly hoping. I was hoping for the best for the Bills, but now Von Miller is out with, I think it was an ACL injury.
Yeah,
so he's out for the rest of the year. Hopefully, they can maintain the dominance. So I will say, I see it's the Bills and the Bengals. That's what I see.
The Bills and the Bengals coming out the AFC, huh? Okay. Wild card. Okay. What about the NFC side?
I say the Eagles and I'm going to say the Eagles and the Vikings for the simple fact that both of them are in my fantasy football league. I got Jay Jetta and I got Jalen Hurts, so I need both of them to,
perform.
Finish this season strong. So I can win the trophy.
Perform at the highest level.
I have in the AFC, I have that rematch, a classic rematch, but it'll be for the AFC Championship game. It'll be the Bills and Chiefs, and Chiefs actually getting the best of them again. Because, I don't know, Bills been kind of iffy, but they've been good. They've been kind of iffy. And in the NFC, I see the Eagles and the Cowboys. Yeah. And I actually see the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, but they're going to lose to the Chiefs.
Ooh, okay. That's a reach. That's a long reach.
That's high. That take is high.
And as far as the 49ers, I don't see them going with Brock Purdy at quarterback.
I don't think everybody.
You see how karma works here, T-Bone?
What's his name?
You laugh at the Rams talking about they suck. Really is a lot of those injuries. But when it comes down to it now, down the stretch, your quote unquote backup quarterback, Jimmy G, is hurt with a foot injury. He won't be back for like 7 to 8 weeks. He might be back for the playoffs, but by that time, the 49ers will be knocked out in the first round.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Sadal, the selective. Let me tell you something right now.
Why you sound like a WWE wrestler?
What's going to be happening? Let me tell you what's going to be happening. By the end of the season.
Tell me what's going to happen.
By the end of the season, this is what's going to happen. We're going to get to the Super Bowl. You're going to see the San Francisco 49ers against the Cincinnati Bengals. And at the end of that game, you're going to be cheering like Brock, like Paul Heyman at SummerSlam 92, calling Brock, because you're going to say, look at that Brock, go, Brock, go. Because Brock is going to lead those San Francisco 49ers to another Super Bowl championship.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Like Nick Foles led those Philadelphia Eagles years ago when they got hurt, the same thing can happen again. And I'm not going to lose faith. You don't see me. Listen, look. Hey, bro. I'm good.
I think that sweater's on too tight.
I think it's the Bill Cosby look for me that made his day affecting him.
You are hallucinating.
Don't you put that evil on me, buddy.
Not that evil. I'm just saying. It's the Bill Cosby ugly sweater look that's probably affecting your imagination with that Purdy and all that. But okay, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you be great for these next 30 seconds, and then we're gonna move it right along.
I guess every man can dream. I guess, huh?
Okay.
Too bad I don't never have to dream because I know the Rams.
Bro, you had to dream for like 30 years as a Rams fan. Stop.
The Rams are still the reigning defending champions.
Where they at? Hey, Mr. Producer, can you pull up the standings again? Can you pull up the standings? I just want to see something. I just want. Would you look at that? We can't even see their number because the Chiron on the bottom is blocking it because they're at the bottom. Let's look at that. Let's look at that.
Now you mention that.
Can't even see their numbers. Had to take the Chiron off the bottom of the screen. Look at that. Look at that. Let's take a visual. Do we even need to run all these down? I mean, we know which teams are going to the playoffs and we know which teams are not. And if it wasn't for those Houston Texans, the Rams would have the worst record in the league. All right?
You know what?
With the Denver Broncos. And then the Bears are worse than us. Come on, T-Bone.
I mean, look, if you got 3 wins, look, if you got 3 wins, that's just semantics right now.
Listen, 28 years compared to 1. That's the amount of years between Super Bowls between the 49ers and the Rams. Okay? So chill. There's a whole generation of people that has never seen the 49ers win a Super Bowl.
There's a difference.
It's a fairy tale right now.
So
that little baby on Bunny's knee right now has never seen a lot of things, but it damn sure haven't seen a Super Bowl winning 49ers team.
Wow.
I mean, barely saw a Rams winning team.
All right. Okay, Rams, 49ers. Annie, who's your pick? I'm assuming you donning that Cowboys attire that they're going all the way. Who do you see them?
Of course, we're winning the Super Bowl. Don't be ridiculous.
But who do you see them playing against in the Super Bowl?
Kansas City Chiefs.
So AFC, Kansas City Chiefs, NFC, Cowboys, huh?
Yeah.
I respect the competition.
Okay.
I really,
at least it's a team that's at least in the playoffs talking.
I will say this though, to your point, T-Bone. I don't think that the offense runs and differently in any significant way with Brock Purdy than with Jimmy Garoppolo. So whatever your Super Bowl odds were before Jimmy's foot, I don't think that they've changed much.
I don't think they did. Very good point. I like the analysis.
Jimmy Garoppolo is like the 15th most important person on that team. If that, I mean, so let's say 11 on your defense. Then your offense, you've got Debo, you've got Kittle, you've got CMC, probably the entire line. Yeah, he may be the 20th most important person on your team if we're counting coaches.
Look, I ain't mad. As long as he's competent, as long as Brock is competent, that's all we need. We got.
You just need Brock to not get above himself and try to do something that he can't do. If he stays within himself,
here's the thing. We don't know what he can or can't do. We've seen him win a game. We've seen him come in and competently, do what needed to be done to win a game. So we know that he could do that. We don't know what the ceiling is with him.
I'm just saying, even if his floor is successfully hiking the ball and handing it off to CMC, your Super Bowl odds have not changed at all.
I'm not mad at that.
The floor is the ceiling.
The ceiling is the roof.
And what are those odds, Annie?
Not higher than the Cowboys.
Sadal, what's the odds of y'all getting the first draft pick? How about that?
Oh, they're low. It's a team that's 1-10. T-Bone.
There's more games left in the season. That team can win 2 more games. Okay.
We don't have a first round pick.
You mean that if y'all lose, y'all still don't get none of this?
No, they traded that pick away.
Traded it away.
That's kind of. Y'all can't win when y'all losing. Look at that. Y'all can't win.
In about 7 to 8 weeks, I'm gonna be like, what happened to the 49ers?
It's not really a threat if you give someone like 7 to 8 weeks notice. I get packages from
There's 5 more weeks in the regular season. So we're talking about what, 3-4 weeks for the playoffs?
Isn't it like 5? At the end of the day, they're going further than the Rams, so the win is win, okay?
Well, this year, we mean it ain't like
year win.
Hey, next year we'll be completely healthy. We'll see.
So Andy, you just
What
mentioned
does a
that
completely healthy Rams look like though? Because
They look like the
my
Super Bowl
my
champions. That's what they look like.
Oh wow.
no, they did
Yeah.
not look like the Super Bowl champions when they were fully healthy.
They were never fully
I mean,
healthy in week one.
We
Whatchamacallit
were
was
not
going
fully
to.
healthy when we
We
won
were
the
not fully
championship.
healthy in week
Who's
one. We had offensive
wait,
linemen
stop,
out.
stop,
Okay,
stop.
First
so
game.
but y'all not being fully healthy now, and the fully healthy version of what y'all have now is not.
Help me
Super
out.
Bowl
Who is the
caliber.
we?
You don't have to be
Standing
ridiculous.
and Sandal, y'all part of the we with the Rams.
The
and
Rams,
then
yes.
we just with the Cowboys. T-Bone just
Yeah.
with the 49ers.
We are the
So
we.
Does it
The
show?
we is Sandal and Stan. Okay.
Does it show?
And I was just making sure because I keep hearing this we. I'm like, who is we?
that is hilarious.
Oh, but Andy mentioned about
My future husband is going to retire after this season.
Congratulations.
And Matthew Stafford is going to retire. Hell no. Don't be
Congratulations to him.
ridiculous.
So let me ask you
Wait a
this
minute.
though.
Wait a minute. Who's your future husband? Did you say Matthews?
No, I did not say Matthew.
I
I feel like of
Making
all the
up
people in these boxes, you should know my type is not Matthew Stafford.
Well, Bunny, I can't keep track because you got a couple basketball players too that are your husband.
Not that far
Well,
off.
that's
Yeah.
true too. I'm getting ready for some
Like
light
this
skin
so
on
good. I
light
don't
skin
know who.
violence in about 30 minutes.
Oh gosh. Well, you mentioned earlier about that team that traded away their draft pick. Let's talk about the cap in the NFL and what this offseason gonna be looking like.
What about it?
What are you thinking? Who going what, leaving all? I mean, we know the latest talk is OBJ maybe signing with your team, which he won't be effective on. But what else do you think is gonna be popping in the offseason? Cap, salary cap, no
really
cap.
I mean, the salary cap will go up because contracts, TV contracts are renewed. But it's way too early to talk about what's going to happen in the off season.
Yeah, it's too
because
early.
you don't know.
We haven't gotten to the playoffs.
I know what's going to
yet.
happen. Tom Brady's going to retire and then come back
As what?
again, just as a QB again.
But do you have a specific team in mind that he's going to come back to?
I don't know. I guess Tampa. I don't know.
Oh.
He needs to sit down. He needs to sit down and stay down.
If he retires and comes back, it'll either be back to the Patriots or it'll be to the 49ers.
No, he's going to prove he can do it anywhere. He's going to go to the Jaguars.
What?
Out of all the teams? No.
Honestly, I wouldn't let him come
He
here.
ain't gonna waste a flight.
I would not let him come here. I would meet him on I-5.
Trevor Lawrence
put some traffic cones out.
Trevor Lawrence is doing
redirect
a good job
him back to
Trevor Lawrence is
don't sleep on them. I can see the Jaguars actually being competitive next season. So don't down the Jaguars. They're actually on an up and up. Definitely better than the Panthers. We'll say that.
I think Brady's done for good when he retires.
This job, Cal.
That's what you want, man. This man ain't got nothing to go home to except footage of him on TV. He won't come back, okay?
And his kids every other weekend, maybe. I don't know.
And he's got a little job in the booth too, you know. Got a job waiting there.
That is true.
Let him stay his ass in the booth.
Interesting how you said until the playoffs happen to, or you know what the cap and what's going to be in the offseason for players leaving and all that. Because in the NBA, before you get to the playoffs, we kind of see on the wall what's going to happen. Maybe because the season's longer, I'm not sure. But do you have any thoughts on that with the cap and what's going on in the NBA offseason? I know you're going to say, oh, we just only a third of the season in. I'm saying.
It just changes all the time because of the different revenue streams that come in and gets renegotiated through the NBA Players Association. So you just never know. Okay. I think the cap may also change if they ultimately decide to let people enter directly from high school, or at least lower the age at which people can enter. Then they would have to restructure the cap to account for a lower league minimum salary. So, but yeah, it is too early to say for sure.
Well, you know, GMs are always talking. Throughout the season, third of the season, they're always talking. I was hearing offers because as people get injured, people come back. And as the streets is talking, who ain't happy. So, you know, if I was to fly on the wall in some of these GM meetings with some of these other GMs and coaches, I would be quite surprised. I really would. Because a third into the season, you know, Christmas Day is going to be like a true Christmas Day because you get NFL and NBA games all day. Like, that is heaven on earth. But I see for the NBA, the cap it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to be more. However, if you're talking about an age limit being brought back down to 18, it's still going to be a cap like it is now. The rookie contract, 4 years, so much money. So I don't see it affecting that much. And with the Players Association of NBA, you know, they're really good. I know they like the revenue sharing. They always want to get more. Thank goodness they're vocal and their Players Association works with the league. But I see right now, just like I said, a third of the season done. Western Conference, Eastern Conference. The Western Conference is still better than the Eastern to me, but the Eastern is more competitive. Specifically, I know we not LeBron on his second year contract. You know, he has a option if he wants to stay in or out. You know, AD, specifically Lakers, but the big names. AD got to figure out what he want to do besides not being injured. But you got other players looking at Phoenix because right now they're a hot team. I see on the East we got New York Knicks. You see, there's different teams that we say is early, but these GMs are talking because if you're going to be legit, knowing you're going to make a good run through the playoffs, you're working on stuff now. You're not waiting until the trade deadline in February. And as long as you wait, sometimes the more it's going to cost you. So that's why sometimes they do the moves early so they don't have to give up a draft pick or give up another player like they don't want to. But here nor there, with these NBA standings, for the Western Conference, who do you see as of now making it to the playoffs and including the people that will be in the play-in tournament?
Oh, I have no idea. It's way too early.
Oh my
to
God,
say who's gonna be.
girl! You just going up on how their records are now, though.
Well, why would that wouldn't make sense?
We
So
haven't even got to Christmas yet.
I
Right.
know. So this
Like
is okay.
NBA records are not the same as NFL records. In
Please
the
let everybody know
NFL,
that.
because it's a shortened season, they are have a full week to prepare for only one team. So they are able to allocate time to not only refining what they do, but to also come up with counter punches for what the other team does. The first 2/3 of the NBA season are coaches playing with rotations, roster construction. They're working on what they do best. They're not necessarily preparing for opponents. That's why you can't really take any score, like any one game outcome, seriously. And you can see somebody who's at the bottom of the standings beat a top team because whatever the bottom team is working on just happens to work against whatever the top team is working on, but neither of them are really preparing for each other a third of the way into the season. So,
Alrighty then. Well, Stanton, give me your take. Let's talk about your boy KD and the other NBA topics around the league. What's going on with your boy KD? Is he saying something? Oh, we can't hear you. Or at least I can't hear you.
Oh no. I hate KD. I don't know what you're talking about.
why is Kevin Durant even a topic? Stanton is so obsessed with Kevin Durant.
Oh wow.
He's just always riding that man's sack for no good reason. KD ain't do nothing spectacular and nothing unspectacular to even be a topic on the show today.
So if you know, if you were in the group chat, I don't know if you are, but since we were having this show,
Absolutely not.
all right, cool. Anyway, since we were having this show a week after the last show, we got so caught up in a topic that we got caught up in Kyrie that we did not get the chance to discuss the last piece of the Brooklyn Nets as a whole, which was the topic on the show. I guess you didn't see it. Jeez, she doesn't watch us anymore.
I do not. I told you I need a year break between shows. But go ahead. I'm gonna sit back in my my T-bone gangsta lean and let y'all finish our
not the
conversation
T-Bone
from
gangsta
last
lean.
week.
You done branded the gangsta lean under your name, T-Bone. You should feel so honored.
I'll take it.
So, you know, Kevin Durant recently, he did request a trade. You know, since we're only monthly, we can't talk about it as quick as it happens. But he did request a trade, citing that he did not like team preparation. Plus, he signed on for an idea that is not still relevant. He signed on anticipating playing with the same group that was there when he came, that group being James Harden and Kyrie Irving. Well, James Harden didn't like what was going on in Brooklyn, and so he got out of there. And then the whole situation with Kyrie, and he missed games as well. So there was a point where Kevin Durant was the sole leader of the team. One of his comments was, and I quote, "Everybody is looking at me to win the games. Everybody's looking at me to turn this around." Well, yes. Yes, we are, Kevin Durant. You're regarded as one of the top players in the league right now. Some people even have you higher than LeBron. So for you to have to deal with some unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen pressure with, you losing Harden and essentially losing Kyrie for a minute, and it fell on you and you crumbled under the pressure. It's like, that's not becoming of a leader. I understand that you don't like the way that things are going with practice. He didn't like what was happening with practice. Not the games, but practice, which it does lead to the games, but he wasn't speaking on the games. He was speaking on practice. So my question that I had, and I still have, is with him wanting to request a trade, saying he's not liking the way that the team is practicing. He doesn't like that people are looking at him to lead a team. Would you say that more or less it caused a not a rift we can see, but it probably caused some upset within the locker room? Because if we're looking at you to lead us and you're telling us that you don't want to, how would that, how would you feel if you were a teammate on the Brooklyn Nets? I'm going to start with Sadal.
I don't know, man. I don't follow the basketball like that, man. I really don't have a comment, man.
I like how you frame the question.
All right, T-Bone.
I think Sadal's here just so he doesn't get fined. That's all.
I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm here to talk about football. Here to talk about football.
Joe gives comments and she doesn't follow basketball like that, but she'll give a comment. Come on, Sadal.
That's greatness for me right now.
I mean, look, you laid out the case of why he would have requested the trade to begin with. He signed up for something that wasn't the reality. Everything happened with Kyrie a couple years ago. Is it a couple years ago? Last year at this point? And then you have, Harden dipped. You gonna say the same thing about Harden? Like, Harden dipped out and was like, nope, not for me. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, he's looking around like, wait a minute. I'm the A, but the B is gone. The C, we don't know what's going on with him week to week. Nah, this ain't a winning combination. Like, what's he supposed to say? Like, nah, I'm just going to stick it out and look like LeBron when we're losing. Because here's the thing. If they lose, he don't get the same treatment that LeBron gets where everybody's like, it's everybody else's fault except Kevin Durant. No. If Durant loses, then it kind of falls on him. When LeBron loses, it's, Russell Westbrook ain't doing what he need to do. AD, is all his. This should be him doing it. Shouldn't even be LeBron. So no, I mean, if you're a teammate, I mean, I wouldn't feel great about it. But at the end of the day, if you want to win, he's going to be your best shot to help to win. So what's the point in being upset?
All right. Joe, I think you were going to say something. Oh, I thought, before T-Bone, I thought you were going to.
I don't know. I was Sadal on this one.
Sadal in it. Bunny, any comments?
Sadal in it. That's a new one for the show. Sadal in it. Got it. So.
I think it's going to stick.
In a nutshell, I mean, you already hit the high points because I was wondering why KD was talking about when he wanted to trade. And I'm like, I know KD will tell you he's not that guy to be your leader. Like, he's a good player or a great player, but he's not the one to bring a team together, hold it. And they have had a lot going on in the Nets, even prior to the Kyrie issue, because Ben Simmons brought a lot of distractions when they did that trade with Harden. But I see him leaving. I mean, if you're not at this point, how the league working, players are just like they ain't happy. They jump ship. They join up with somebody else. I mean, KD did that when he left the Thunder. He went to the Warriors, got his rings. Okay, I'm gonna jump ship. Go here. You ain't happy. You ain't happy. If you got sold a dream or was told we're gonna do this together, team up, and midway through the season is falling apart. All of that wasn't on Kyrie because remember the whole New York and the vaccine rule, so that wasn't all on him. But still, they had literally a handful of games together. But I just say he should leave. He ain't happy. The next is you to scrap the whole roster and start over because you got Blake Griffin, who is in his career. It's like you got pieces here. Like it's just not competitive. They should be more competitive, but I don't think they will be. They just need to start over. They already just got the new coach with y'all going. I'm sorry, that's Fred stunt double. They already got the new coach with Fred coaching on the sideline. And then we got throw in. All right, Kyrie had the suspension. Now it's supposed to be better, but I feel behind closed doors they're gonna get rid of Kyrie as well. So KD's about to be on the island all by himself again. He should just go ahead and get ready to ask for that trade or just wait to change direction with another team.
So you're foreseeing, what is this? This would be the Nets' third rebuild? Because
do you see it working? Do you see it working?
Not
Tell
at all.
me.
That was
I'm blind. I got 4 eyes here and I still don't see it working. Okay.
It's like ever since they moved to Brooklyn, it's like their plans have been broken. And they're struggling to find a fix. Any comments? We can't hear you. Hold on. Wait. Give us a second. You're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Give us a second. Oh, all right. Still can't hear you.
All right. Where's the dog for the voiceovers again?
Annie is experiencing technical difficulties at this moment.
Okay.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. I was just saying to answer Stanton's original question, how should his teammates feel? Grateful to play with one of the greatest generational players of all time. I mean, he ain't say nothing wrong. When he said, look who I have to play with, he looked around, he looked at them, they looked at him, and they said, that man right. That's why ain't none of them say nothing. So how should they feel with his comments? Grateful that they are even relevant as a result of KD being there.
I don't know.
I mean, do you see a reason stand for him to stay? If it's again, let's look what you're working with. You talking about this to be a third rebuild. Hey, if this look, at least KD already got his rings, so he has nothing else to prove in general. But he still wants to be like on a competitive team, and I get it that the Nets ain't where it's at for his caliber of talent. Let's say that.
We got a comment. This is T-Bone. You want to read that comment?
Hey, Jamie.
I think that was directed towards Annie. It says, "Okay, Annie." I'm sorry. I can't get it.
You gotta roll it. You gotta do the
No, that's spelled with R's, I believe. I believe they put the R's.
Can you let us do us, please?
I got it.
Thank you. Hey, handsome.
And also, I just want to say this. I do not understand what takes Giannis so long to shoot a free throw. I just want
concentration.
But he's got his lowest. Like it's not working right now, so I don't know why it's still taking so long. He's got his lowest average of percentage at the free throw right now. I think it's around 67%, 63 or 67%. And when they were playing the Lakers, this is when I was aware that there is a rule for free throws with the amount of time that you have to shoot the free throw.
That is correct.
It's only 10 seconds.
That is correct. And it's a violation.
I say only, like that's a long time to shoot a free throw.
Wait, you didn't know that? What do you think that they were counting down?
Like the referees, one of them is counting while they're doing it. But
no, I mean the fans were counting down during the championship because he was taking so long and they were counting out the clock to when it was going to be a violation. You don't remember the fans counting down during the playoff run? Was it 2 years ago when they won the championship?
Yeah, they won it in
I
2020.
mean, no, they were counting down last year too. It's just a general.
Yeah, so they do that.
One season.
So,
But so it's just funny how, you know, there are all these other calls that are being adjusted, but it's like maybe the refs need to go back to, I don't want to say the refs.
Wait, when you say calls being adjusted, you mean the refs calling out on traveling again?
Like,
I don't think that's adjusted. I mean, that's always been a rule. It's just they calling it more.
Not even it's when they're calling travels again, which is good. A lot of athletes, a lot of the players aren't liking that. They are also, you know, the push-offs and the intentional running into somebody, because like they say, that can cause an injury. So it's just with those calls, it's like, you know, I would consider that one of the fundamentals because it's free throws. So, you know, just be mindful that it's 10 seconds, refs. And then Russ got a foul for making them aware of the fact that it was more than 10 seconds.
They called the tech on him?
They called the tech on him because he was counting out the seconds out loud.
You know how some refs, y'all know, y'all or not fans, but the refs get into their ego sometimes. Don't try to tell me how to do my job. Oh, wait, you know what? Tee you up. Now shut up over there. That's what that is. It's just an ego thing.
Yeah. Well, those are my topics. Those are my NBA folk.
Okay. Well, one more. Do you know the lineup for Christmas Day? Do you have any games and matchups you're waiting to see? Because it's a lot. Like I said, it's a heaven on earth. We got NFL and NBA all day on Christmas.
Wait, what? There's only 3 games on the NFL on Christmas Day, though. The rest of them are
the NFL games and NBA. That's why I said it's all day. So you're gonna start at like 12, 3, 4, 10. Hey, that's what I'm saying. You got 4 NBA, 3 until that's all day though. Think about it. Average NFL game is 3 hours. Average NBA game is like 2.5. Yeah, all day.
Because the 49ers take on those Commodores on on Christmas Eve. So that's why I was like, yeah, okay. I'll be looking forward to that game.
The commies.
I mean, Craig Black wants you to be a Commanders fan, Andy. I don't know if you heard that when you had, technical.
Yeah, I heard that trash.
I guess you said that'll happen in the next lifetime, but not this one, huh? So,
no lifetimes. I don't care who I reincarnate as. Never in life.
Never know. Oh, let's see. Last but not least, let's touch up on some good old college football and basketball.
Yes. This is where I come in.
Tell them
football.
Tell them why, Sadal.
Yes,
welcome back, Sadal.
Because college football is best played in college. And now we will talk about those rankings, the college football playoff rankings. Number 1, we have Georgia. 2, Michigan. 3, TCU. And 4, Ohio State.
Say it right, it's the Ohio State.
Whatever. Oh, the Ohio State got the booties whipped. And they're going to get whipped again when they play Georgia.
They got smacked it up, flipped it, rub it down.
Now we talking about old stuff right here, man. We talking about college football.
You brought up old stuff, but the college football is best played in college.
Yes.
So I thought we were doing throwbacks.
We just could have just left it right there. And
let's throw it back.
We just had to just bring up old stuff.
Let's throw it back. Come on. What we got to lose?
Vintage Sadal.
Trying to talk about college football, man. Not me. It's college football, man.
Football
better in college.
All right. Bring that graphic back up. You don't need.
I'll say this is the first time in 5-6 years Bama ain't been in the top 4.
Yes. Finally, Alabama is out of there. And Nick Saban had the nerve to lobby during the I think the Big Ten championship game about, well, they should pick it based on the talent of the players. No.
Isn't that his job?
He gonna always vouch for somebody who couldn't get in. You know that, Sadal.
He just couldn't
supposed to do it.
I mean, he's
in his feelings because
he just can't take his loss and just go home, man. You've been in the college football playoffs every year.
Have you
So,
noticed Saban's track record? When something don't go his way, he gonna speak out against it or say it should be a different way, or he gonna call somebody out. Like we talked about earlier with the Deion thing, Deion and him, as far as Jackson State was taking recruits. How are they doing recruits?
Well, guess what? He's not going to get his way on this one.
Anytime it don't go his way, he's gonna speak out.
Talking about Nick Saban
on this.
I get the feeling that Colorado is going to get a big bag of money sent to them, signed in Saban, all right, because of all the stuff with Jackson State. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, next year Colorado's going to be in the top 4 because of all the recruits that they steal from all the top programs in transfer portal. Because Deion Sanders is a wizard.
Now, for one, I told you, I didn't say that. I know you. Craig was saying they're going to get more people than you think, but all I'm saying, it takes more than a year to turn around the programs in college.
Right. It's not going to be next year.
He got like 10 top 10 recruits in next season. They're still not going to win right away. I'm just saying
10 top 10?
10 top 10 recruits.
10 top 10.
Okay.
Playing college football in college?
And they still not going to turn. That's my point. I'm over the top exaggeration here, and still they're not going to win. And one thing, you don't turn around that quickly. Okay.
All I hear when y'all bring up other dude is Craig Black, 1,000 degrees. You'll be on your knees and you'll be buried a bag of please. For the free. Okay. That's all.
What?
What? Oh. Anyway. Can we get back to the college?
First of all, Bunny, before you act like I'm tripping, Sadal, do you know the reference? We're the same age. Okay.
Yeah.
Sadal and I are the grown folks.
I know
the reference. And probably Stanton. So
come on,
please, grown folk.
Enlighten us. What's the reference?
Stanton probably knows since he knows music.
The same age as Sadal.
Oh, I don't know how old you are, sir. I mean, the sweater is certainly serving 50, but I don't know what the rest of the body is doing. Okay, I don't know how old you are, sir. Okay.
Hey, producer, where's the sound
You 41. You 41. Okay. So T-Bone, you also know the reference. Then I take it.
41 in black.
Look, I was out of St. Louis by 18, so sounds like some Q99 or Q955 stuff. I can't remember.
Going off topic. We got to talk about how Michigan State is going to
win the national championship. The end.
They're gonna upset the college football world this year by winning the national championship this year. Yes, I see that look, Bunny.
You said Michigan State, not Michigan. Michigan State.
Not Michigan State. Not Michigan State, Michigan.
I'm so like the Spartans.
That's what I said. Yeah, I had that look for a reason.
But wouldn't the world be shocked if Michigan State won the college football playoff?
The world
would be shocked. That was not a false statement.
But I'm not talking about Michigan State. I'm talking
about not a false statement.
Let's see where Michigan State even is on the standings. Good goddamn.
Would not be shocking though.
Number 26, Michigan State shocks the world.
Coming out of nowhere, off the top rope.
Literally.
Takes out Michigan.
Like Jeff Hardy when he won the WWE championship, just out of nowhere.
Just out of Michigan Wolverines. The University of Michigan.
Coming straight out of East.
So, dog, I missed you. I really missed you. I really did.
Spartans pulling up in the Trojan horse.
I did miss you. You're the best part of the show. I miss you.
Spartans pulling up everybody out of the
That's what it
So
is.
let's go.
Well, let's refocus here.
Can we please go back to the college football?
Are we going to come up with how Michigan State ends up the champion? Because I'm thinking diphtheria outbreak.
They're gone. They're nowhere to be seen.
Okay, I was going to ride with you. I was going to come up with a diphtheria outbreak where all the other 25 teams ahead of them get
sound effects.
Helpful, Lord, helpful. So he said the wrong Michigan guys. We got all off topic because
Michigan. I picked Michigan. The wrong Michigan team, but Michigan. I picked them to win it all.
Sadal said, no matter what, that trophy is going to be in the state of Michigan.
Yes.
So you see, if Georgia's playing Ohio, Georgia's playing who first?
Georgia's playing Ohio State.
I'll say they are, and then Michigan playing TCU.
Yeah.
So
Horned frog.
So
I'm
I
gonna
say,
get their
so I
butts
say
whooped.
Georgia's going to beat Ohio State, and Michigan's going to beat TCU, and in an upset, I pick Michigan to beat Georgia.
And then once that happens,
and possibly I can see there's a toss up. Honestly, between the two, we know Georgia's defense is phenomenal. Like,
oh yeah,
the best on top of the best on top of the best.
They should enjoy it while it lasts, because
well
next year they'll all be at Colorado.
But Michigan has one of the best second half teams in the college football system right now.
They do.
They turn it up.
That's why I said I can see it being flipped between Michigan and Georgia. It can go either way. Either way.
Yeah.
So, Sadal, I have a question.
Yes.
When that happens, when the state of Michigan raises the trophy, do you think Harbaugh stays, or do you think he comes back to the NFL?
Well, he definitely said he did make the statement that he is definitely staying at Michigan for next year.
Deion said that he was going to change college football at HBCUs, and he was going to save them, and he was going to make that pro. So we can't go by what people say.
I believe he's going to stay. I believe he's going to stay.
He said he's enthusiastically coaching in 2023 at the university in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, he's gonna stay.
If he changes his mind, everybody will be mad at him, get on the bandwagon to hurt Harbaugh.
And then people will be like, how can they get mad? Why do
you know how much money
back to PWIs?
Do you know how much money the University of Michigan has on reserves? And how much money they're going to bring in regardless of who the coach is? It's not the same case with Jackson
State. Billions. They have a $1 billion endowment in Michigan. Yes.
It's not the same with Jackson State. They had an opportunity to get to that level. Again, Jackson State doesn't have to be married to the SWAC.
We already talked about Deion, man.
Look, we reactivated T-Bone, and I'm liking it. T-Bone elevated to my second favorite.
No.
Upset about
he reactivated that sweater, and then that got him going. That's what it was.
He powered up on him.
Here's my question.
I know.
What would the future for Jackson State look like if Jackson State was able to, one, continue the trajectory that they were on with Deion? Who's to say that they couldn't wind up in a Power 5 conference?
Who would have said they couldn't? Who would have said that they could? I don't know. But Deion even said before they can go up for the next level of D1 that he would have to do more with their line. He would need bigger players. So he
would have to get the top 10 out of the top 10.
That's it. Top 10 out of the top 10. Put it on the t-shirt.
They already started trickling in this season. Who's to say that he couldn't get 2 or 3 more next season? Who's to say he couldn't get 2 or 3 more?
But see, the thing is, you're going to bring in these kids, and let's just say he was still there the next 2 years. You don't know, they got to get used to that competition and who they're seeing. Because I know 1AA Division 1 is still different from Division 1A.
But the reason why they weren't winning is because they didn't have the players. The point was that Deion was the guy who could bring in the players to elevate them. The reason why they would get smacked if they're facing Florida or any of those schools is because they don't have the same players on that level. The point was, and the reason why people were mad is because Deion's the type of guy that can bring in more players to make them more competitive. That brings in more money to the school.
It looks like that's never going to happen.
Keep putting this on Deion. I told you this from the beginning. How did we get back on this topic? I don't know, but
real quick, college football, and he's college football right now.
Right? Can I just say for the record
on it, and I gotta get in our shout outs with our high school state football champions in the St. Louis area. But I do want to say last thing about Deion. So again, I want to put him as the savior. Fine, I said he's not his job. He did do a lot for the HBCU, specifically Jackson State. As I said this, when I mentioned earlier about George Floyd and people start donating to certain HBCUs, HBCUs have been around so long, they're older than a lot of white institutions for colleges. HBCUs have been here. The talent was there. Not till we know when certain white institutions started paying our players money when they started flocking to those schools. But HBCUs have always had the talent. And then it got watered down when people started throwing money. That's all it is at the end of the day. We could get regular, competitive, good players, but we know money is the reason they're going to some other schools. Now with NIL, Hopefully that helps change the playing field. We're not going to see effects now, 4 or 5 years from now. That's when I think we'll see, okay, we have people that don't have to play for Neon Dion and still be successful and still want to go to an HBCU or a smaller D1 school. We just wait and see. But again, 2-3 years from now, y'all, we're going to be on a different topic regarding the after effect of Dion at Jackson State, after effect of another great coach that's at HBCU that's getting good recruited players there. So we just got to wait and see.
Let's clip this to see your thoughts on this 2 years from now when the results come in one way or another, and let's see what the actual real life results are.
That's it. Wait and see game. That's all we can do. It's just like for Andy's Colorado Buffaloes, the wait and see approach.
Real quick,
Colorado Buffaloes. I'm putting them on her now.
Real quick, before we move forward, we want to thank Bunny. Not thank Bunny, dear Lord. Thank Joe for coming on, being here with us on the Super Show.
I'm not the only one.
It's always good to see you, Joe, but we know that you gotta go. So, all those rhymes. So until next time, Joe, any last words?
I wish I could have more to say on all these other topics that we talked about tonight besides baseball, but no, I'm hoping to see you guys all on our next Super Show on the 28th. I believe that one's in person, so hopefully we can catch up and you're actually there, Stanton.
Oh, I'll be there.
All right, cool.
Do-rag. Yes.
I'll be probably rocking some Astros gear again just because they're the champs. But all right, I'll see you guys.
Good night, Jobo.
Good night.
Has been Joe, everybody. All right.
Draft picks to Dion bring to Jackson State, which was one of
Man, listen, T-Bone. Damn.
That's all I'm saying, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm
okay, then. Save this for the next show, just like I had to do with the Katie.
We're going to talk about this later.
I'm done.
You're not. So when you have arguments with your wife, I wonder how you, boy, he was type of person just won't let stuff go. He'll keep talking about it 2 days later. Anyway, let's get shout out of champions that we know are from the St. Louis area. We had a few high school football teams that are state champions, all right?
Yeah.
So I may not remember everybody, forgive me, but a couple that come to mind. One, CBC, and shout out to number 3, my cousin, Jeremiah McClellan. He's a receiver for CBC. They are state champs, and he is getting highly recruited. So, proud to them. Can't wait to see what their season is next year because they'll be trying to go for a 3-peat for a state championship. Also, shout out to the East St. Louis Flyers. They're state champs as well. Those boys brought it. I don't know if y'all saw the meme they had going on the internet when they had to line up for the playoffs, and you saw East Side's players and you saw their opponents. It was literally David.
At that point, you knew it was over. It was over.
Man, it was just like those boys should have been like, all right, I'm gonna head out. Like I don't even want to do the game. I mean, it was like ridiculous. I said, goodness gracious. So shout out to them boys.
Gotta check their birth certificates.
Nah, they just real different. Real different. And this is the 10th championship state title for the Eastside Flyers. So shout out to those fellas. Also, we got some new ones. Cardinal Ritter got their first championship for football. Woo-hoo. And St. Mary's High School state champs as well. So shout out to all those teams, all those players, those boys. Great job. Thanks for representing the St. Louis area and for the East Side representing for Southern Illinois area. So if this was Cardinal Ritter's first one, St. Mary's repeated. Hopefully, St. Mary's, they were on the chopping block to be closed after this school year. So hopefully they can keep them open because they do have a great program. Shout out to their basketball coach, was one of y'all on at the Man Cave, Brian Turner. Yeah. I hope again that they can keep it open so those boys still have a way to thrive, not just on the football field or the basketball court, but also in the classroom. But again, I'm proud of everybody because y'all know me and Nicole, I don't like each other, but them boys was going out every week in the playoffs in November and part of December doing the damn thing. So congratulations to them all and to their coaches. Also, let's switch this to basketball season. So one of our ladies' nights is Coach Brittany Willis. Like I said earlier, she's under the weather, but just want to highlight some high school teams as well. I don't have the rankings right now because St. Louis Sports Dispatch does weekly rankings for the girls and the boys side. However, Coach Willis, do you know anybody on here what her record is at Clayton right now, or where the rankings are? Do y'all know? Anybody? No.
See if the producer knows. I don't know.
No. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll excuse me.
3-3, maybe.
And you said what?
3-3, maybe.
Okay. Well, we still want to wish Coach Willis a successful season, especially want her to get better as well. And also to Cardinal Ritter's coach, we had her on the ladies' night a couple of months ago. The head basketball coach. She's so funny. Hope she had a successful season as well. And before we wrap this up, fellas and Miss Annie, y'all have any last thoughts? And it better not include Deion Sanders.
Well, I'll say this. I do have a football team that I am looking forward to seeing, and that is the St. Louis Battlehawks. They are going to start their season in February. I got my season tickets. They just revealed their uniforms, and in a couple of weeks they'll reveal the schedule. I am excited, and I hope we all pack the dome for the Battle Dome for the Hawks. Caw.
Do you think Baker Mayfield will be your quarterback?
Probably.
Baker Mayfield, I think, is a rental. He's a rental, and
no, I'm saying, do you think he'll be the quarterback of the Battlehawks?
Probably.
Who knows?
He's gonna go from NFL to XFL.
Who knows? I don't know.
That's what a lot of them have done. Yeah. Nobody want him.
He's gonna turn around like Dwight Howard did when he went to China. That boy been balling over there.
Exactly. He would have a good
time. Play China basketball. Don't do that.
I say either him or Cam Newton will be the quarterback for the Battlehawks.
Don't disrespect Cam like that.
He actually got AJ McCarron as the starting quarterback.
I ain't heard that in a while.
Yeah, AJ McCarron for the Battlehawks.
You see how excited and enthused Sadal sounded about that? We got AJ McCarron.
I usually don't root for Alabama, but hey, you got an Alabama quarterback. Come on, let's go.
Okay,
there's probably going to be a lot of them in the XFL because they don't do well once they go to the NFL.
That's all right.
Okay.
Does Jalen Hurts count on the technicality?
He counts because everybody else on that team is putting in work. Without that team, he would be AJ McCarron, who could run.
No.
That's right, Miss Williams. Caw.
Hey, let them know, Miss Williams.
Oh, you got your season
and the sweatshirt. She ready.
We're here for you, Miss Williams. That's what's up. Let's go.
T-Bone, any final words?
I am, I'm happy that we all had this chance to get out here together, and we'll see each other on the 28th for the next Super Show out there. And for all y'all watching out there, hey, look, hit that subscribe button once, twice. You know what I mean? Platform Sportstalk Show. So seems like I should have done this like an hour ago, but
right, me too. That's what I was thinking.
Check us out on that Hot 365 radio. It's always hot, except for when you're wearing a 49ers sweater, and then it's a little cold. But for right now, it's always hot. You can check us out, hot365radio.com.
Wouldn't it be warm if you were wearing the sweater? You're still cold wearing the sweater?
The Bill Cosby sweater.
As cold as the 49ers fans' parts.
That's why you put on the sweater.
Okay? I mean, but you made it sound like you're still cold with the sweater. The sweater is not serving
I'm
as
always cold out here. I'm cold.
It's always hot until I put this sweater on.
I'm always cold.
I done took this man's last thoughts and ran away with it, but okay.
The sweater got me chilly.
Y'all so silly. Oh my gosh. Anyway, well, this was fun. I'm gonna piggyback on T-Bone as far as us all coming together with this Super Show. I enjoyed it. A lot of good laughs. Shout out to Craig Black. I know he had to leave early, and Jobo as well for joining us. Again, I already reiterated, everybody did a wonderful job. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all our listeners. Also, I want to shout out to Coach Stringer as well. She, is our one of the assistant coaches for Missouri Baptist. And of course, she has her No Mercy training she does with players. So she has been grinding it. So hopefully we can catch her on the Super Show. But thank you for all the listeners. Thank you for everyone that chimed in with the comments. For Facebook page, Platform Sports Talk Show, YouTube, Platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure you subscribe and click on that bell, baby. All right. Because anytime we go live, come on, say it, T-Bone. What happens?
You will be notified.
That's what I'm talking about. Hot 365 radio. Thank you for all those listeners as well. We will be back in 3 weeks, December 28th. Super Show Part 2.
Do we have any last words from Stanton or Annie?
Right, she showed cut us off. Like,
I had some, but okay.
Just cut us off.
Come on, bring it on before
we the stepchildren here.
Right,
I guess.
You're blank. I'm sorry.
I thought that we was cool, Stanton, but apparently
I thought we were cool. Apparently, we Cinderella and Cinderella. Like,
right.
Damn. Like,
my apologies.
I thought so too.
I overlooked
thought I had
the
some
blank
thoughts.
screen. That's my apologies.
I thought you did good today, Annie. I thought you would have warranted some last
Stanton,
words.
I thought you really brought it. So I would.
Annie, somebody done turned the lights off on you. What's going on?
That's why I overlooked you. Seriously, the
we
camera's
actually
off.
can't
My
see you
bad.
on the stream. We can hear you, but we can't see you.
I don't know why y'all can't see me. It says my camera's on.
It's not, and that's why I said I really apologize for overlooking you because I didn't see your face. That's my apologies.
That don't mean I ain't got last words. I might not just have last face.
Maybe somebody trying to say they trying to see that Cowboys crap that you wearing. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Maybe it's karma for trying to talk about me and my
See, Sadal, you were part of my last words, and now you can be cut. Okay.
Damn.
There's time.
Damn. Got cut.
So, Stanton, do you want to do your last words first, or do you want me to do my last words first? Or
I'll just knock mine out. It has been a fun time. This Super Show, it's so crazy because I had been thinking about it, and then Smoooth came up with the idea, and I'm just like, man, great minds think alike. So I'm glad that we were able to get as many panelists as we could on this show. I am so excited, and I'm looking forward to being in person not next week, on the 28th. And that's going to be a good time. This was a great show. Like Ms. Williams said, it was epic as expected. Yeah, those are my last words.
Awesome. So I'm told my video is frozen. Hopefully, I'm smiling at you if you're seeing a frozen face.
You are not. That is not a smile. That is the mug.
Still beautiful though. So there's that.
The Cowboys attire on, but here nor there.
It's like she's looking like somebody in Duke attire just walked in the room. That's how she's looking.
What? Okay, Stan, you're canceled.
No, that's how bad the look is. It's not a look of approval. It's like a look of disdain and disgust.
Oh, I'm looking like somebody else walked in Duke attire. Yeah, that's
yes.
I agree, Stan.
Ooh,
that is correct.
Cancel culture, baby.
Okay, you're back. Uncanceled. I'm getting Stanton season tickets now.
I'm The Simpsons. I can't be canceled.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I want to say I love T-Bone. I feel like this is the first show I've been on with you. I like hype T-Bone. I like chill T-Bone. It's been all great. Sadal, always a pleasure. You really have my heart. I love you so much, Sadal. It's good to see you. Speaking of St. Louis football teams, this Saturday is the final tryout for the St. Louis Slam women's professional tackle football team. Send everybody and all the bodies.
Wait. You got to put the respect. You got to put the respect at the front. They're not just the St. Louis Slam. They're the one, the two, the three, the four.
Yes, 4-time national champions.
Yes.
So if you're in the buying season tickets to football mood, please make sure that you get your season tickets to the St. Louis Slam as well. Our season also starts in the early spring, in like January, February, but make sure you go to tryouts first. Join a winning culture and tradition, and be a part of the partnership that is also emerging between the Slam and the Battlehawks too. So you can just support all things football, and want the teams that want you back, St. Louis. I want that for y'all.
Yeah, a little
I
jabby
want someone who
jab.
wants you
Oh,
back.
that's so
Jabby jab
powerful.
there.
Want someone who wants you back.
Mm.
Jabby jab there.
So that's it. Go
Yeah.
Cowboys.
All right, you all. It's been fun. Let's give a shout out to our producer, Smooth. Thank you
I ain't
for
never
being
heard
the
somebody
man
call it.
behind the soundboard, engineering, graphics, and all the above. And until not next Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, Man Cave, Ladies Night, Super Show Part 2.
Yeah.
Then everyone, good night.
Y'all have fun. See you in 365.
Power up on them.
Craig Black, 1000 degrees.
You'll be ready.